sleepyheads. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're reading a Sanji fanfic by LXXLH. I do not own any of the One Piece characters or this story. If you have any requests, comment them below. Let's get started. Sanji, a chef's worst nightmare. Sanji had always been a gentleman, the kind of man who couldn't walk away when a woman was in trouble. So, when he found her clinging to a piece of driftwood in the middle of a raging storm, battered and barely conscious, he didn't hesitate. "Hold on, miss," he shouted, diving into the waves without a second thought. It was a struggle to get her aboard the Thousand Sunnies, but when he finally hauled her onto the deck, the crew immediately set to work. Chopper treated her injuries and Sanji prepared a hot meal to warm her up. When she woke up hours later, she blinked at him through half-lidded eyes, her voice barely a whisper. "You saved me." "Of course," Sanji replied, his usual charm a full display. "I couldn't leave a beautiful lady like you out there." That was his first mistake. From the moment she recovered, Sanji's life became a nightmare. She was beautiful, no doubt about it. Soft brown eyes, short reddish hair, and a mischievous smile that could melt hearts. But beneath her loving exterior was a whirlwind of chaos that rivaled even Luffy's. The first sign of trouble came when she raided the kitchen in the middle of the night. "Hey!" Sanji exclaimed, catching her with a fistful of cookies. "What do you think you're doing?" "I was hungry," she said simply, crumbs falling from her lips. Sanji sighed, pinching the bridge of his nose. "If you're hungry, you ask. I'll make something for you." "Oh, cool," she said, ignoring his frustration entirely. "Can you make pancakes with chocolate and whipped cream and strawberries?" It was 3 a.m. From that point on, she seemed determined to test his patience. She wandered into the kitchen during meal prep, touching everything and tasting anything that wasn't even finished. She teased him relentlessly, calling him curly and making fun of his dramatic declarations of love to Nami and Robin. Worst of all, she had absolutely no concept of personal space. One afternoon, Sanji was kneading dough when he felt her chin rest upon his shoulder. "What you making?" she asked, her breath warm against his ear. He stiffened, his cheeks flushing red. "Bread, now get out of my kitchen." "Aw, don't be like that, Curly," she said, grinning as she poked his cheek. "You're so serious all the time." He groaned, muttering something about ungrateful freeloaders. Despite all this, Sanji couldn't stay mad at her. She had a way of worming her way into his good graces, whether it's by helping him gather ingredients on islands or by surprising him with a rare moment of genuine kindness. One day, while they were shopping for supplies, she suddenly grabbed his hand and pulled him into a jewelry shop. "What are you doing?" he asked, confused. "You're always giving stuff to other people," she said, holding up a silver cufflink. "Let me get you something for a change." Sanji blinked, caught off guard by the sincerity in her voice. He didn't admit it, but he wore those cufflinks every chance he got. As time went on, Sanji realized that she wasn't just a problem, she was his problem. She drove him up the wall with her antics, but she also made him laugh in ways he hadn't in years. She challenged him, frustrated him, and somehow made the world feel a little bit brighter. One night, as they sat on the deck watching the stars, she leaned her back on his elbow and sighed. "You know, you're not that bad, Curly," she said, smirking at him. "You're insufferable," he replied, lighting a cigarette. She laughed, the sound light and carefree. "Yeah, but you love it." He didn't respond, but the corner of his mouth twitched into a reluctant smile. Maybe saving her had been a mistake, or maybe, just maybe, it had been the best thing he'd ever done. Thank you for listening. Put any requests in the comments, and I can't wait to see you next time. Good night, sleepyheads.